We're going to talk about using the incoming call button. This is a powerful tool to quickly and easily deal with an incoming call, email, or other communication where you're not sure who the person is that's calling in, and using the system to quickly take the information and then assign it where it needs to be. The button is located at the top of the screen, and it is there regardless of what layout or page you're on. When you get an incoming call from someone, you click the button. Brings up one of our standard wizards, gives you the current date, though you can change the date if you were so inclined. You can enter their contact information. We're just going to put in a name, though you could fill in the rest of this data as you needed. Then you can choose who they are. Are they a broker and agent, unrepresented principal, referral source? We're going to call them an broker agent. Then we're going to come here and choose how did they find us. And this is a great way to track the effectiveness of your various marketing tactics. Did they call in off of an ad in a paper, an email blast, on-site signage, open house, or a multiple? So let's say they called in off of CoStar. I can put in my note, wanted to know availability, and tour. Hit continue, and it's going to bring me into the step 2, which is how do you link this within the system. And I can link it as a note, which will show up in the notes section of either contacts, properties, requirements, or deals, or I can link it to a listing as an inquiry. Linking it to a listing gives you a way to track all the calls that come in on a listing. We're going to link it as a listing. It's now going to bring up a list of all my active listings. If I have too many, I can always narrow the number down with a search. We're going to link it here. I'm going to hit finish, and we've successfully linked this. Now it also gives you the option at this point to create a new contact. So if you have someone calling in, there may be a new client, you don't have their information, you click this and it'll walk you through the contact wizard. We're not going to do that right now, and we're going to hit OK. So now if we come over here to listings, and I can come to the listing that we just added it to, and you'll notice over here that there's an inquiries list tab. If I click on this, it's going to bring me up a list of everyone that's ever called in on this property. So this is a great way to track everyone that's called in, what their status is, and also with a quickly hitting the print button you can generate a listing activity report for the owners, which will give you a list and status of everyone that's called in on the property. So you don't need to manually create these reports for your owners anymore. With 1 or 2 clicks you can generate a listing activity report at any time. Very powerful tool. So I can come here, and as normal through the system, I can always expand a record, and I can see their basic information. And I also have the ability to create a potential deal. Potential deal is basically a project for this listing, and it can be for the listing of a building, or it can be an individual unit within this listing. And this allows me for this contact to track all the back and forth communications. I can put documents in there and basically keep track of all the negotiations that are happening for this client. And by clicking this button, it'll promote this record to a potential deal. A great tool for quickly tracking incoming calls.